force or just side lane pressure. That's a lockdown on the Samus.
And the XP lane is more of a skill matchup this time.
Who wins that matchup? It's skill? Skill matchup?
I would say it's a skill matchup. But I prefer using Yuzhong.
Yeah, me too.
I think pre-level 4 though, I don't know actually. I think level 4, the Thomas might win an all-out, all-in.
Yep.
Just because the Black Dragon form does give you a bit more utility, but a lot less dueling power. So I think before that, it's going to be a bit of back and forth. But the concern is with the jungle presence, right? I think Aura, having Gugun, are going to be ganking that lane quite a bit.
The fans of Rebellion, they know this is the time for them to just pretty much be serious and take this one as seriously as possible because the stakes are higher than ever. They are in risk of losing that playoff spot. This MPLIDS13 Season 13. The challenge though, a big hurdle in the Dragons, in Aura. How do they want to close this out? Is it gonna be a game 3 or a 2-game series this time? It's Aura versus Rebellion.
A possible 2-0 clean sweep for the Blue Bulls up against the Dragons, who are still not safe despite them being a top 3 team in the regular season standings.
Nothing surprising in the season of upsets, but Audikizzy going with the focusing mark again, so it's still very much an aggressive approach, even though you're on a quote-unquote supportive hero. Everyone else though, quantum charges for the mobility, especially on Yaoi, it's going to be very important in catching up and going for the surprise play. But around with the vengeance means that he has a lot more survivability than you would kind of expect at a single glance. But look at Gugun already with a gank.
2v3 with the healing as well. Suelo might just fall here, has to flicker out, but Yaoi's following him. One more whip to do it, but Suelo gets him into the healing, and Yaoi cannot execute him. Gugun secures the lethal though, so it is still a small win here for Aura, as the flicker was baited out too.
I might have mistaken, but I think I saw Yaoi actually basic attack a minion there in that whole situation. Looking at the emblems though, agility and wilderness blessing. He needs to be around the map as fast as possible. Kabuki with a tenacity, knowing he's gonna be the main target, a bit more vulnerable. Moai feeling like he's a lot safer, going with the Bargain Hunter right here. So he's gonna snowball a bit faster, all things considered. But in the later situations, he has to be a bit more conservative with his positioning, considering that he does not have that extra bit of tankiness in these situations. He'll be a lot more vulnerable to be just deterred by the members of Aura.
Since the nerf onto Carry, we've seen that actually Carry has been going for QC instead of the usual Brave Smite nowadays. Aura though, look at the pressure. Gugun going the long way around the cars. Gets a Petrify, and now the Lycan Pounce. One more hit should do it with a Retribution. Vincent secures first blood, and Iran is forced to use the Vengeance. Rebellion win out in a big trade. Suelo and Cars now just clearing it out.
They definitely read him like a book. They know that Gugun is coming. This is the usual pattern before the turtle fight for Aura. And punish them right away with the Petrify. And now they have the advantage on this turtle fight. Yes, GLC level 3 though. This is gonna be huge.
Suelo can zone them. Aran doesn't have Vengeance. Now the Black Dragon form with the hard card as well. They're forced out. Arano locked out by the penalty zone and just sliced by Cars. Spinning that Dragon Tail and getting another kill on the board.
Already a different story from game 1. The domination in the objective fight for Rebellion. And they have an Atan to Arashi. This is looking mighty fine for them in the late game.
We're just showing everyone how to really play a game when you know that your opponents are a good team that can play textbook-wise, but Yaoi goes for the play.
Divine Judgment there, but Moai just flickers out, and now, good cancel from Audikizzy. He gets a healing done, Moai! Amazing plays, now the lockdown as well. Gugun cannot run away. Suelo with the last swing of his hammer will take Gugun out of the Land of Dawn. It's a 4-0 start for Rebellion.
What is this grip? This looks like that engage in the first game. In the bottom lane too, they're playing with one man down and somehow still wins out in the end over an overextension from the jungler.
They're just reading how Aura wants to play this, how they want to be active and going for these ganks. So they read it out. They set up traps in the lane bushes. They know and they save tools available for those big moments where Aura wants to go for the big engage, and they know exactly when Aura's going to go for it. We were talking a bit earlier in the season about how Aura is a lot more disciplined. They play textbook cleanly, but this shows again that just because you can play textbook and you can play clean, it doesn't always guarantee you the victory, man. in the Land of Dawn, there's that X factor, the unpredictability, the mind games that Rebellion is just showcasing absolutely well right now.
All the way from week 1, we've been talking about how Aura, they've been winning through Carry and Claude. He got Claude in the first game. He got Carry in the second, and both have technically been countered.
For sure. A territory that they're not familiar with. Meanwhile, Gugun.
I don't know about this. Oran gonna be popping into Vengeance, but Gugun is gonna lose his life to the back just by the Black Dragon form. The two fighters in the back, and Suelo just flickers out Vincent as well. Did he take the orange buff away? He did! Aura cannot do anything. Gugun is down, and Cars and Suelo, the two fighters, are zoning Yaoi away. He's gonna have to flap his wings all the way back to the tier 2. Vincent takes a free turtle, no contest.
Vincent says, objective king who? Objective king who? Gugun, I can show you how to take objectives really well. This time around, they're much more aggressive than the first game. This is the blue Bulls. This is the Bulls that we're used to seeing. Oh, just very aggressive against a red.
Cars going there with the great mechanics there to really just push Aran out of the lane, and that's going to result in them getting a turret on the top side. Showing again that without the right tools, it doesn't even matter, right? It depends on the context, the momentum. The fact that they were able to get the turtle without Aura contesting it at all, very uncharacteristic of Aura, but great play from Rebellion. Not even having the retribution, but not having it be an issue. But Yaoi still looking for ways to make an impact, but the lack of damage on Aura right here, even with the great Divine Judgment he can find, it seems like there's going to be no way for Aura to really capitalize on it.
Yeah, now that you mentioned it, Arashi, we haven't really seen a really solid Divine Judgment from Aura. There are 0 kills so far in 6 minutes count with a carry and also Kaja Yaoi. This is definitely something that we're not really used to seeing, considering they have a really big pick-off composition this game.
Well, they have to wait until the real mid-game rolls around. But you have to wonder who exactly will be upping the damage. Kabuki is keeping up in farm, to be fair, but it's going to require a bit more items for him to actually be able to shred everyone down 100 to 0. And with a Terizla in the mix, that makes it even more difficult. And look at how they're just struggling to really find an opportunity. But as long as Rebellion puts way low in between them and Aura, it's going to be very difficult for Aura to find anything. Because even if Yaoi goes in for a pickoff, the penalty zone will be used immediately to really punish him and maybe even rope Aura into an unfavorable fight. So even if they don't want to go for these pick-off kind of strategies, how do they go for a pick-off without committing for a full-on team fight that they are not going to be able to win right now?
Another objective fight with Gugun backing off. It's a full domination on the objective battle for Rebellion. Before this, we saw the stat 40-something% against a 70%. Meanwhile, Yaoi definitely reading this one. ODTC with a beautiful flicker.
Just gets out. They're gonna go for the trade, but I don't even know if they're gonna be able to get it.
Oh.
Black Dragon is online, just diving to the back now, has the Petrify as well. He's chilling, he doesn't even use it. Cars with a Dragon Tail, bottom lane is a turret. Gugun taken out again. No, he gets out, just barely. But my goodness, this domination. Moai in the bottom lane, just chunking this turret down, even chunking Kabuki under his own tier 2. It seems Rebellion do not want to stop Vincent zoning around from this tier 1 as the little girl, Angela, just takes the turret down with the minions.
Nothing could feel worse than this, man. The fact that you have 5 men just completely obliterated by 3-man combo from Cars, from ODTZ and Suelo there, with 2 members from Rebellion not joining the fight, and you're losing in all fronts. How do you go with this?
Looking at the items right here, Flash of the Oasis is already completed for Audi. And if you look at how Aura is playing, they are playing like Aura has no damage to throw back at them. Just moving all in, even though for the most part, even the Roger here, same, going in for all damage items. No real built-in tankiness, but the Angela will suffice considering how behind Aura is right now. Even Yaoi, having just a steel leg plates and the mantle, he doesn't really have an item completed just yet. Kabuki might be their only saving grace, but him alone is gonna be Aura's gonna find it very difficult to really win a favorable fight if they're relying only on one person, because Rebellion have tools to deny him.
And he's on a flicker, not a purify. So he flickers out of the Black Dragon form, then the penalty zone comes at him. He flickers out of the penalty zone, the Black Dragon flies at him.
There's too much layers to uncover here for Aura. Almost like the first game too. Even when you think about it, Yawi, who do you want to go for? Moai? Oh! Okay, that is a good burn there, but even if you go for Moai, you still have a DPS in Vincent, and with ODTZ, it's gonna boost the potential of this DPS, and you don't have that lockdown that can pretty much kill the enemy's damage dealer.
It's a wonder as well. The head skill on the Valentina, it was picked up relatively late, and it seems like Aura had a plan for it, but who exactly is he supposed to really target right here? Lord, let go by Aura for a trade in the bottom side, but even then, they just immediately pushed and let the wave do its thing. They were just so concerned that somehow, some way, Rebellion are going to show up and punish them yet again.
Wow. Clean gaming from Rebellion. I mean, they don't even need to care about the side wave, right? Because they're trading in tier 1s. It's really of zero value for them to trade. It's so good for them. 6.4k gold lead building up, 10 minutes in, and Moai is on the way to a Holy Crystal on this Natan.
They have pretty much everything for a siege. They have an engage in the penalty zone. Black Dragon form can pretty much shoo everyone away from Aura, from that turret domain.
Wow.
And even Aura doesn't really have that wave clear that they need to be able to withstand this.
Look at this wave manipulation too.
They're just setting up for a proper 3-wave push all in. They're holding off on the mid lane right here.
Wow.
They will go for it, and I think they might just want to be... They might want to push in a bit earlier and allow themselves to really escort the Lord around. Moai with the Holy Crystal completed. And keep in mind, Vincent also has the War Axe, and the fleeting time is completed for ODTZ. So if they want to go aggressive right here, they are very willing to use all their spells. Unless Yawi can just do something crazy right here, make a game-saving play. Seems like it's only a matter of time. And even if they're trying to clear the waves right here, with Moai having so much range to play around with, they might just get bursted down.
Black Dragon forms to the back to try to zone him. Yaoi already concealed, looking for Moai as well. Suelo taking a lot of turret shots there, but has the immortality. Yaoi, penalty zone to stop him in his tracks as Moai just deals 3 damage to the back. Vincent, Lycan pounds. Even Kabuki with a hard guard can't really do much. He flickers forward, he gets a double kill, but then gets shredded down. Vincent again. It's a triple kill, looking for one last shot onto Arad, who's able to dash towards his base. But now that's one base turret down. Look at the mid lane. It's another falling, crumbling. And now it's Audi flickering forward to Arad. Vincent doesn't care. He'll take that damage and he'll just go straight for the base to get a clean sweep up against number 3 in the standings. The Dragons have been charged down by the Blue Bulls.
Against all odds, against what's happening outside of the game for Rebellion, they bounce back quite convincingly at that. 2-0 against the Dragons, one of the better teams of MPL Indonesia Season 13. This is how you play the game. This is how you strategize and also execute. Rebellion showing class in this match.
Showing that they have a great draft in their composition, a great game plan, great execution, and even great mind games. The fact that they're able to just outsmart Aura, despite the fact that Aura has a very experienced player named Yao